Hello, this is Right Side Trader. Today is June 19th, 2026, and this is my weekly market review. We're reviewing the Dow 30, that's DIA, on a quarterly chart, monthly chart, weekly chart, and a daily chart. This is all for educational purposes only, no trade recommendation, because as we all know, trading is risky. You can lose money at trading, so please check with your financial advisor. Please check with your significant other and make sure trading is something that is suitable for you. All right, let's take a look at these charts and see what we see on the Dow. Besides that, maximize this quarterly chart. Boom. On this quarterly chart, we can see that the Dow hit a yearly R1 and has pulled back and is having a hard time crossing that point at this time, this quarterly chart and all. But let's go ahead and go down to our monthly chart and see what we see there. On this monthly chart, we can see that we are still green. We still have a green doji up there and all. We still do have that higher high and higher low, higher lows and higher highs. This is probably not going to change and all, and we are still above the 9-10 moving average, which one you happen to be using. And also technically we are still in a bull market. Let's go ahead and go down to our weekly chart and see what we see there. On this weekly chart, what we see here is red and all. This market tried to get gapped up quite a bit, went higher, made all-time high this weekend. The Dow was hot, made all-time high again this weekend. Well, it made all-time high this week, and has pulled back. The thing is, be careful, because this is what I call an amateur gap. When we are already going higher, then we gap way up higher, and then you can see the big boys started pushing this thing back down, and all. They probably we closed that. Well, let me what's going on here? Let me take a quick look at something. Where did we close at? We closed below 520. So again, that probably was the magic number out there on the options, with this being an option expiration week and all that they want. Well, it closed below. It didn't close below 515, 520 probably was the option expiration thing. But we didn't come down here and close this gap. We actually created a gap here on this weekly chart that I think come next week, even though it looked like this market does want to go higher, but we got a funny looking pattern up here right now. With this thing gapping up like that, we can actually start getting an evening star, and we might get a candle that might form over here like this. Might get enough to close this gap, but again, stay above pivot before we actually really start going back higher. So be careful about that. But in this strong market, a lot of time when we get stuff that looks kind of like that, like back here, even back here, anytime we get these red candles again, the market has to take a rest at times, but then usually we end up continue going higher. So again, be careful. Shorting, or just be careful. Let me just leave it at that. All right, let's go ahead and go down to our daily noise and wrap this on up. And all on our daily noise, here we go. And all on this daily picture, what we see here is where this market, again, this big gap that we made here. And all, and that's why again I'm thinking for whatever reason this market didn't want to go too much below this 1515 number. It wanted to stay above that 1515 number. And so as you can see, it closed at 1552, 515.52. Again, puts probably was sold above there. Again, keeping this market up and all. To come next week, as we can see, look like we will be opening below pivot. This market may come down here to at least a support 1 level and might find some support there. Plus it would have been close that gap. But again, we got another gap down here, and that's all the way down here at a support 2 level and all. So again, that's again why I'm saying be careful. And what you also see here on this chart, let me clear this up and all, is an evening star right here and all. Not the best looking one, but we tried to almost even get a confirmation candle with this candle right here on the daily picture. That's why, again, be careful. You might just get a quick little drop down and cover all this stuff, because again, you're only talking $6 and all. That's $6 here is like $600 and all when you're looking at the big number that they talk about on TV, and we know that can do it. So any kind of crazy news to cause the market to drop, expect us to go down at least to this level right here. So that's again why I say be careful, be careful, be careful. You know, because we did make all-time high this week. You know, will we do it again next week? That's the question. And that's what we're going to be looking out for. We're looking out for, again, in this world, in this environment that we're in, a lot of volatility, although the VIX has kind of actually dropped below my 17 come last week. But I do kind of expect this thing to still be volatile, and let's see what's going to happen next week. That's pretty much it. But again, big thing here, opening below pivot, we can definitely come down to maybe a support 1, maybe a support 2, and it might happen pretty quick if some bad news come out, and then some good news turn around to get us back over all-time highs. And that's it. That's all I really have at this time. This is the Right Side Trader. Hope you guys had a great week. Hope you guys have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you next week. Have a good one. Bye.